Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And we've got some Guns N' Roses news this morning for you guys. So let's start with the Steven Adler interview. So Steven Adler did an interview with Art Tavanna of LA Weekly. If you guys haven't checked out Art's piece on Izzy Stradlin, you really should. I learned a lot about Izzy that I didn't know before. And it's basically just a piece about him trying to go find Izzy to interview. And he eventually does find Izzy, but I don't want to ruin it for you. Or at least he found where Izzy lives. So I'll just put it that way. So Steven Adler was talking about playing with Guns N' Roses last year, and he talked about the number of rehearsals. He said he was bummed out when he hurt his back and he wasn't able to play the full-time gig, but he said it was just too many rehearsals, but I wanted to do it, and I guess it wasn't meant to be, but I'm thankful. Last year I got to play in front of at least 400,000 people, so I'm blessed. He also added that he's happy that he did get to have some reunion performances with the band. He said, I'm thankful I got to do what I got to do. It was the best time of my life. I got to end my career in a successful band, which is a hard thing to do these days. My generation is now classic rock, so I'm stoked to be related to bands like Queen, Rush, or Aerosmith. That's what every musician dreams of. Like on the way here, me and my mom got in the car, and the first thing I heard on the radio was Sweet Child of Mine, and it's so cool to be able to hear yourself 30 years later. I got to live that dream. And of course, he discussed his future plans, and he said there's nothing planned right now with Guns N' Roses, but Steven's right now focused on helping people get over, resentment and addiction problems. So if you guys want to read the article, I've linked to it down below. We also had an interview last year, in May of last year actually, with Mike McCready of Pearl Jam, and he actually talked about Guns N' Roses rehearsals for the reunion shows. So in an interview he did with Rolling Stone, he revealed how much Guns N' Roses rehearsed for the reunion shows. He asked he was asked how much Pearl Jam rehearsed for their tour, and he said not enough. I'd say we did about a week. In my mind, we should have done a little more. I was talking to Duff McKagan, and they, referring to Guns N' Roses, rehearsed for more than a month and a half straight, though they hadn't played together in a long time. I thought, wow, we should try that. Stone Gossard has always been of that mindset, but I don't know if it's ever going to happen. We kind of fly by the seat of our pants. We do rehearse when we get to the show and in the hotel and stuff like that, but we did about a week at our place in Seattle before the tour. I'm over answering your question. And as you guys know, Mike McCready and Duff McKagan are really good friends. In fact, I think Mike McCready appeared in Duff McKagan's documentary, It's So Easy and Other Lies, that should still be available on Netflix if you guys haven't seen it. I've got a review of the documentary if you guys want to know whether it's worth watching, so you can check that out on my channel. The link to it is down below. Let's go on to our next piece of news. So we've got a new photo of Steven Adler with comedian Bill Burr. So Steven Adler actually was on Bill Burr's podcast, and Steven's going to be participating in a charity gig to help fight MS, and it's going to be hosted by Bill Burr. So I'm sure Steven and Bill are probably friends, and I haven't seen the link to the podcast being released yet. I'm sure it'll get released over the coming week. Once it is live, I will let you guys know. So Steven was on there talking about his mom's book, and I don't know if there's any more news about Guns N' Roses came up, but I know Bill's friends with Duff and Slash as well, so I'm sure there were some Guns N' Roses reunion questions. But as we get more news, guys, I will let you know. And let's go on to our final piece of news for the day. So this is a post from the My GNR forums. I guess in Argentina there's going to be a rock and roll clothing brand that's going to be opening up a new store later this year, and apparently Richard Fortus is endorsing their clothes, and these are just some photos, I guess, of some of the products they sell. Now I've looked up the name Honky Tonk and I can't really find this actual brand. I'm finding like hippie-ish kind of clothing. I don't really see anything that's related to rock and roll, so I don't know if this is just like a new clothing brand that's started up, or whether maybe they have a different name. So that basically does it for today's video, guys. I want to let you guys know that if it's a really good idea to follow me on Facebook or Twitter, because I post a lot of my new stuff early on those channels, just because it takes a long time to make a video and sometimes I'm not home. So if it's just easier for me to post news on the go, it's easier just to go do it on Facebook and on Twitter. So if you guys follow me on Facebook and Twitter, you'll get the news even earlier. So be sure to hit the subscribe button to my social media pages. The links to my social media pages are down below. And be sure to subscribe to my Guns N' Roses channel if you guys aren't already subscribed for the latest Guns N' Roses news. I've got tons of great stuff coming up. I've got a ton of episodes of True Story Shot. I'm just waiting for the news to sort of slow down so I can release them. I don't want to bombard you guys with 5 videos a day or something like that. So thanks for watching, guys, and have yourself a good day.